I thought I was doing my best friend a favor by letting him stay at my house for a week. I never imagined I'd end up watching my own life fall apart through my security cameras. By the time I got home, I wasn't just missing money. I was missing someone I trusted like family. I'm 30, and my best friend Tyler and I had known each other since middle school. We grew up together, survived terrible jobs together, and even stood beside each other during some of the worst moments of our lives. So when he called me saying his apartment had flooded and he needed a place to stay for a week, I didn't hesitate. I gave him my guest room, my Wi-Fi password, and even told him to help himself to whatever was in the fridge. A few days later, I had to leave for a 3-day business trip. Before I left, I reminded him to lock the doors and feed my dog. He laughed and said, "Relax, your house is safer with me here." Everything felt completely normal. The first day of my trip went smoothly until my phone buzzed with a motion alert from my front door camera. I almost ignored it because Tyler was staying there, but something made me open the app anyway. Instead of seeing Tyler by himself, I watched him let 2 strangers into my house. One of them carried a backpack while the other walked around looking at everything like he was touring the place. I texted Tyler immediately asking who those people were. He replied within seconds, "Just a couple of friends stopping by for pizza." That sounded reasonable, so I let it go. But later that night another motion alert popped up. This time it was nearly midnight. The same 2 guys were back, except now they were carrying boxes out to a pickup truck parked across the street. At first I convinced myself Tyler was just helping them move something, but then I recognized one of the boxes. It was mine. It contained the camera gear I used for freelance work. I opened the indoor cameras and my stomach dropped. They were walking through every room, opening drawers, checking closets, and pulling electronics off shelves. Tyler wasn't stopping them. He was pointing at things they had missed. My heart started racing. I called him over and over, but every call went straight to voicemail. I called my next-door neighbor and begged her to check if everything was okay. 5 minutes later she called back whispering, "There are people loading your stuff into a truck. I'm calling the police right now." Those were the longest 10 minutes of my life. I kept watching the live camera feed as Tyler grabbed my gaming console, my laptop, and even a small lockbox where I kept emergency cash. Then the police arrived. One of the strangers ran out the back door. The other froze in the living room. Tyler looked completely shocked, but not because he got caught. He looked shocked because he never expected my cameras to record inside the house. Officers arrested one man immediately while Tyler kept insisting it was all a misunderstanding. I caught the first flight home the next morning, and when I walked into my house it looked like someone had turned my entire life upside down. Drawers were dumped on the floor, closet doors were hanging open, and family photos had been knocked off the walls. The officer handed me a report and quietly said, "You're lucky your neighbor called when she did." Another 10 minutes and everything would have been gone. To be continued. This story continues with an even bigger twist, where Tyler reveals why he targeted his best friend's house and how the final confrontation changes both of their lives.